Hello, this is a StarCraft 2 Mutation, and here is the opening narration.
Thank you for responding to our call. It seems Amon is using Kaldir's warp conduits to transport his troops across the sector. You won't be able to destroy the warp conduits, but you can destroy the shuttles. You must do so before they leave the planet.
Alright, so today's Mutation is Tax Day. This is
The
Void
central warp
Launch
conduit is active.
with
Amon will surely attempt to
microtransactions
send his shuttle
and
through it
fear. Now, microtransactions is every action that you input to a unit or building will cost resources. We are not mining any resources at all, and since we put our units on patrol, well, we're not going to have any resources the whole game. Now, to combat this, we have Dehaka P3 with 2 Dehakas, and we have Zeratul P2. Now, the Dehakas right here are going to be encountering fear, which is every time they take damage, they have an occasional chance to just sort of run around without the ability to input anything. This is a great way to get themselves killed. However, they're able to micro against Shadow Tech of all things. The stupid cloaked ghosts they can't actually do anything against. Now, Zeratul cannot use legions because Zeratul has no resources. That is the only limiting factor of Zeratul's cooldowns. Dehaka can't use cooldowns at all. Even the greater primal worms require the basic tech from the first building. As such, the only thing we have to rely on from Dehaka's side is 2 Dehakas. Luckily, it's enough to handle the early stages. Zeratul will be doing most of the hard lifting, as P2 Zeratul is very good. Now, the name of the game for early Dehakas is Leap and Devour. Devour is a one-hit kill on any unit, and also gives a minor amount of heating. Leap is an area of an effect attack that'll take out bunches of units. I gave both of them some energy regen, and by energy I mean life, because there's just a lot of downtime, and life regen will let that sucker tick up slightly over the course of waiting around. Though there are more effective ways to deal with it. Zeratul is out, and this is an unfortunate reality that Zeratul is going to have to deal with. Zeratul can die very fast in a bad fear. So can Dehakas. A limiting factor from P3 is if either of these die, they both go down. So one bad fear into the wrong spot, and they're both lost. But because we have 2, we can forcibly micro them to do more things. Now, and another attack wave is going to be coming over here. Zeratul just immediately goes into fear, and the Dehakas come and pretty much absorb more damage for him. Now, Zeratul, with the first tier, picks up the Void Suppression Crystal. And we're sort of just waiting for this map to progress like normal. The Dehaka's abilities right now, Intimidating War level 2 specifically. Reason for level 2 is level 2 will stop abilities. So this battle cruiser has Yamana cannon. If it gets hit with an Intimidating Roar level 2, it can no longer use that ability. If it was just level 1, it could. So Dehaka gets Intimidating Roar level 2. Zweihaca, the second one, splits it between other abilities once that is allocated. Now this Banshee's going to be annoying. But they're going to take care of that base while this shuttle path comes through. Now he gets reduced cooldown for blinking, which helps Zeratul, so, you know, obviously. And he moves into position for this fight. Now these two fellows don't have any direct way to attack the air. Now in this engagement, because both of them have a Devour, they just use it on both of the big hybrids, and the rest of them get taken down due to the leap area of effect damage. Now one Dehaka has picked up detection, so that is this group's detection right now. The other picked up armor to, you know, help not die it. We're sort of just waiting around now. Everything we want is sort of on a timer.
But they will require protection. Preparing a research vessel. Let's make this one.
Now, something to note here. The stats, not exactly the same for Dehaka and Zweihacker.
Artifact search shall be focused in this vicinity.
You know.
Artifact is complete. I shall draw on its.
So Zeratul right here gets Avatar Form, which is the avatar that you sort of want, not entirely, but sort of want for P2, because all of these will get the upgrade bonuses. From like the various artifacts that he's going to keep getting. Now we're going to push into this base to get more essence for the Dehakas. And eventually they have to back out to deal with these attack waves.
To attack our base, we must be prepared.
The Dehakas will lead. He'll get immediately feared, but regular Dehaka will be like, oh god, liberated. They'll put that down, to which Intimidating Roar to slow them down. Devour to take out one of the hybrids, Devour to get rid of the last Liberator, and they'll just sort of slap the hybrid into submission. Upgrades. Scorching Breath has been picked up on Dehaka. Zweihacker is sitting on one evolution because managing two at once
would have been lost without you.
is, you know, a bit of a pain.
Shuttles eliminated, commanders.
Now, unfortunately for them, they don't really have detection, so Zeratul can bully them.
We should protect it with all we have.
Perfect time to look for an artifact. Now, unfortunately, despite him almost being dead, he was able to take out one of the Dehakas due to them fearing and running around. And since one went down, they both went down. Now, because we're in downtime, there's really no reason to feed any of these drones to Dehaka to get him out faster.
An artifact power is ready to
We're just going to wait around. He is at tier 4. Those poor crystals getting feared.
Another warp conduit has been activated. A wave of shuttles is headed toward it.
I hunt. Have entered combat.
So the Dehakas are back out.
Our forces have engaged the enemy.
Zweihacker, one level behind Dehaka. The shuttles are coming through.
The struggle has begun.
Scans confirm the shuttle's destruction.
I knew it could be done.
Now they both go into fear pretty much immediately. Because of this scenario, we're forced to run. Intimidating Roar slows them down, and then they can then eventually jump in and deal with this situation pretty handily, especially with the suppression crystal. We look at Tier 5 Zeratul. Damage is pretty good.
Research vessel
Armor
ready.
pretty high.
Let's get a team to that
Fear
shrine.
means he can't do anything, so it's all disabled. Same for all abilities. Can't even like select upgrades when fear is on. That's why Hawk is sitting on 3 evolutions, and then he's used them to get more regen, more leap, and a detection also for both of them because security.
Warp conduits are operating at once.
They are unfortunately not high enough leveled to be able to just slap the air. Even like the smallest of arms can just make them run around in fear.
I sense that an artifact fragment is lurking in this area. Foes are closing in on our base. Ready your blades.
Now, the shuttles are coming down this way, but the next major attack wave is going to be from over here. As you can clearly see, and we both know that. So the Dehakas are going to be moving out since they can't slap the area. And then you have these little buggers. Now, devouring a psionic unit like that causes a little boom in area, so they both jump in,
No more.
devour one, and that causes an area of effect damage, which
We've gathered
doing
the data we
2 of
need.
them
Thank you for the
just
escort.
wrecks the wave. Now, they could have also have done Intimidating Roar and stop the hybrid from using its special move. But, you know, they got deleted anyways, so... You know, close enough to victory. Now, if you look at this bugger, somehow, some way, he is immune to the effects of increased upgrades. His damage is still at 40. The ability, his mini little dudes are still at 8.
The wave of shuttles is bearing toward it.
Armor isn't changed.
Cannot run from the shadows.
But Zeratul's stats
Have engaged the enemy.
does just keep going up.
I shall focus my
So,
search with artifact to this location.
if there was any army here at all, it'd be an incredibly unfortunate Legion pick, but we're Avatar pick, we don't even have Legion. Now, these little fellas can now slap air because they're high enough level. Once they hit that high enough level, as you can see from the missile turrets, things that can only target air can now attack them too, so... Uh-oh. Jump in here. Intimidating Roar. These guys can no longer do the Plasma Blast. Jump in. Devour gets rid of the ball. And now they're just going to start beating up on him. The Intimidating Roar ran out so we could use the ability, but we killed him fast enough.
The shuttles have been
Zeratul cleaning up the shuttles and these last few hybrid, which doesn't take too long because Zeratul's at
Our
tier
research vessel is
7.
ready. We're moving out now.
Does a lot of damage. And the 2 Dehakas having problem with 2 Marauders because of fear.
One of our artifact powers is active. I face a new trial. An artifact fragment is hidden near here.
We're detecting your main objective, a wave of shuttles inbound on an active conduit.
They mean to escape, but it shall not be.
Alright, now, at this point in time, there's going to be 2 attack waves. One for the bonus that spawns right here, and one for the major attack wave which spawns right here. Now the Dehakas along with Zeratul are going to be clearing out the shuttles before either of those really spawn. Despite the fact that these 2 can now slap the air, they still get the beam ability when they devour air units.
The enemy hunts us, but we shall be the hunted.
Now, this attack
You
wave,
have prevented the shuttle's escape.
We are
Dehaka will jump in and then get feared and immediately die. Now, Intimidating Roar did stop these hybrid from doing anything temporarily. But because they got feared and then just got focused down while the other was off doing something else, that means that they're just sort of screwed. Zeratul will clean us up due to the fact that they don't have detection.
Scans are finished.
This bugger is just
Science
strong,
overlords
period.
death, Commanders.
always.
And instead of using the drones, it's just going to time out and get them back the old-fashioned way.
I must seek an artifact fragment in this region.
That Goliath just keeps coming back. Now, this is it. This is the last wave. There's going to be one major
Amon has
attack
activated
wave spawn
all
right
3
here,
warp conduits.
along with
Hurry,
some
Commanders.
spooky
We must
air
stop the
units.
shuttles.
Now, this is sort of more than these 2 Dehakas can handle. Like, they'll jump in. We're gonna get this big-ass attack wave. They get feared immediately, and they go away.
Will answer.
Now, out of sheer desperation, drones can be used to get them back out, but they're not going to be able to do much against this attack wave. Zeratul, since they don't have detection, will just go over and kill them, while these guys will try and fail to stop these things. The little green hybrid are in there. They reckon while Zeratul just takes out the objective without them noticing. And that's that map. That is Tax Day.